What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kinda Funny podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, and it's been building up, all right? It's not a game showdown levels, everybody, but I want you to know I've been percolating. I've been thinking about this episode. I've been feeling crazy all day over there. You know what I mean? God forbid Tim book me on a show. I'm out there. I do 1 games daily, then I got to sit there and play video games all day. Boo-hoo. You know, Nick Scarpino, producer/seducer?
I do, Greg, and I feel for you.
Thank you. It means a lot. It's another Dynamite sweater. Is this the same sweater?
Same sweater, yeah.
Same sweater.
It's just been like, it's the perfect weight. So when it's a little chilly outside, I just throw it on over.
I like that. Nice. I like that a lot. Yeah. I was taken back. Again, you know, we still play the Kinda Funny podcast for Cole the Wiener Dog every time we leave the house. So I often get to hear the beginning again. I was tying my shoes hearing you talk about this and how the lovely men in London were wearing them. And that's why you wore them. I loved it.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, and he's very nice.
I'm a storyteller.
You are. You know what I mean, Nick? I've said it for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, it's an 11-person small business. Let's just be fucking frank. You, me, Barrett, we break away. It's a 3-person small business.
Oh, my God.
Barrett, I don't do percentages well, but I think that's like a 300% increase on your salary, just to say if you want to cut and run.
Are you only including me because you need someone to run the show?
100%.
Yeah.
Someone's got to come in here, you know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Of course, he's the Hispanic heartthrob. The Texas treat, the Latino heat, clicking heads and ripping them to shreds, globe trotting, head shotting, rootin' tootin', 3-point shooting, nitro rifle from twitch.tv, Andy Cortez.
I saw Cameron Kennedy ask in the chat, why are they sitting like this?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I've said it before, I've said it again. I can't do it. There's something about this desk. Now here's
You have a vantage point. It's a vantage point.
If I'm hosting and I'm driving, I'm from this position. Yeah, I'm driving this way. Imagine if I was where you were right now, Andy. I introduced these two chuckleheads, then I got to turn and look at you, then I got to turn back here. And again, Kinda Funny podcast. If you were to look up in the French to English dictionary, laissez-faire, this podcast would come up. This is like that little ride at Disneyland, right? Where you're just on the water, just going nice and slow.
The lazy
You know
river
what I
ride?
mean?
Small World, yeah.
No, lazy river, small world.
Whatever.
I was kind of getting the other guy in there too. What's the one where they
Mr.
do
Toad's
the
Wild
bad
Ride.
jokes? They do
Jungle Cruise.
the Jungle Cruise. What I'm saying is anything goes on this show.
Ah.
I have
okay.
3 bullet points. I got 3 bullet points to get through.
He really looked at you on that one.
Yeah.
He really locked eyes with you.
His eyes have been
And you
doing
alone.
things I've never seen the
Yeah,
last
I
couple
know.
weeks, and like I don't know what's going on.
It's a
I like to
Tuesday.
think of dinosaurs. I like to think of chickens. All right. I like to think of aliens from the hit movie Aliens.
Yeah,
And what do
we're
all
gonna talk
3 of
about it.
these things have in common, Nick?
Sigourney Weaver.
Eggs. They sit in their eggs, then they crack out of the egg and they fucking go do stuff, right?
Yeah.
I've been in an egg incubating for 10 years. I don't think, Andy,
Let me hear it, man.
I don't think is deniable right? that I have been on one since we came back.
Yeah, I know.
Something about the changeover from 24 to 25, man. It was the full moon to my werewolf. And I'm out here now, all right? And I feel it. Tim, you think I'm running at you on the ground?
He's on the wall.
Timmy's on the ceiling.
Like Hereditary.
Yeah.
Don't
I'm
look up.
fucking feeling it lately,
Yeah.
guys.
We
I don't
can
know.
I love
I
it.
think
You know
we
what
all
I
know.
mean?
I think I speak for all of us in this
Reinvigorated.
office when I say we love it. We love it. There's not one person at this table that doesn't love it.
I need somebody to draw Greg on the ceiling, but like doing the backwards kind of weird walk. You
Like
know?
from the hit movie Batman v
v
Superman. Dawn of Justice.
What does he do?
Remember, he's up in the
Batman,
corner.
Batman's
No,
up in
but
the-
I don't want him. No, I want.
Hereditary.
Yeah, but Batman.
I was thinking
v
like
Superman.
Train Spotting with the baby.
Yeah, that was freaky
Like
deaky.
where the
Never
the,
saw
the
it.
Or
head is,
Beetlejuice
like,
with the
upside
baby.
I
down,
don't like
kinda.
drugs. And then, of course, rounding out the group, Forbes 30 under 30, a.k.a. the second best baby blues, a.k.a. the married one, at Tim Geddes.
I'm not Tim Host.
How are you, Tim?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah?
Always on edge with you these days. You never know.
I mean-
Like, I don't know. I know I'm gonna get shit. I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit, but it's like, how much shit am I going to get? And it's like, oh, it's gonna be a lot.
Again,
isn't it?
Andy, do me one of these. All right, I'm going to give you a little bit of acting.
Okay.
You've been... You're just walking around a dark cave, right?
Okay.
And then
Close
you
your eyes.
find this thing, you pick it up and you look at it, you try to figure out what it is.
What is this?
That's my skin. I shed it, all right? I'm a new Greg. The second decade of Greg, all right?
It's very moist.
You all should be very concerned about what I got, all right?
okay.
Again, Tim, I got 3 bullet points.
And I can't. So wait, the eggs was not a bullet
Oh
point.
my God, would I insult you by making that a bullet
It
point?
was an aperitif.
Yes, exactly. These are just the things ping-ponging around up here.
Okay.
And I got the other thing too, Andy. Just look at me now. This is just you and me conversation.
Yeah.
I got so many good pranks up in my head right now. And I haven't even done them all yet.
Which ones
I
have
don't
you
think you've
done?
done any of them.
One of the bullet points will be revealed today.
Oh.
One of the bullet points is a prank on someone at this very table.
I wonder who it's going to be. But wait, hold on. So
hope it's
only
Tim.
one bullet point's being revealed today?
No, all 3 are being revealed.
Okay,
one of them
is a
prank.
prank.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
One of them is a prank. One of them is a hard truth about myself. And then one is a sequel to a 2020 conversation we had here on the Kind of Funny podcast.
favorite
When it might have been the Game
conversations.
Over Greggy show. I forget when we. No, it would have been Kind of Funny
Yeah.
podcast. I digress. Of course, this is the Kind of Funny podcast. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, each coming to hang out with you and talk about what's going on in their lives. If you want to be here live as we hang out, just like Connor C is. Connor C is here for his first ever live Kind of Funny podcast because Connor C decided to support us with the Kind of Funny membership. $10, of course, gets you all of our programming ad-free across Kind of Funny. That's 20 shows a week. Of course, it gets you your daily dose of me, Greg Miller, in a series we call Greg Way, and it gets you the live recordings of the podcast in the afternoon as we go along. You can pick it up on patreon.com/kindoffunny, youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, Apple or Spotify. If you have no bucks, toss away. No big deal. YouTube.com/kindoffunnygames. Podcast services around the globe. You get ads. You can't be here to hang out with Connor C. All right?
My man.
Connor says, part of me doesn't believe that Greg even knows what the 3 bullet points are right now, please.
Got them written down.
There's 2 right there. I'm hiding one. There's 2 right there. All right? And guess what? You get to pick.
How scary is it
You
that
get to
that's how
pick.
serious he's taking this? That he's
I
hiding
wrote
it.
notes
love
and
it.
I sent the document to one Barrett Courtney. So
Yeah.
we had visual aids for 2 of them.
This is like when you're on a flight and you feel that real nasty turbulence and you just let go. You go, this is it. I'm
This
done.
is it.
Wherever this takes me is where God
This
wants
is
me to
like
go.
when we were in the Waymo yesterday in a 50 mile an hour zone.
How much did this cost?
so much
It
money.
was like $25 each way.
That's what Mike said.
Oh, okay.
We didn't
You're
see
right.
the
Yeah,
receipt.
you're right. You're
I
right.
will let you know when it's
There's
a
no
$300
way it
ride.
took $25 to get from here.
Well, to be fair, it's not that far. It just takes forever because it can't go on the freeway.
From here to Land's End is legitimately 100% across the city.
I think he said it was like 28 each time.
He doesn't know what he's
Because we
Again,
took
it's
3.
Yeah.
minimum $50.
Yeah, I still question that. Just thinking about the
I
fact
mean, yeah,
that
you should never believe anything he says. But yesterday on the 50 mile an hour road, 40, maybe 45, I don't know how much it was, Nick, but it wasn't the highway. And our Waymo in the left lane, in the fast lane, slows down to 14 miles an hour for a good 30 seconds of time. And we're just like, what is it dying? What's happening? And the cars are just speeding past us and like trying to get by. We're just freaking the fuck out. It was really scary.
this was,
scary.
it was an amazing stream to watch. Y'all were so freaking funny. But also, I feel like we're at this point with the Waymos that there's still a lot of mystery and confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you might have heard rumors. You might have heard, oh, it can't go on the freeway. Oh, it can't do this. And so we're watching on, like pretty much everyone here was watching on the big TV in the office.
Have you ever ridden a Waymo?
Not yet.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
And if you don't know, of course, Waymo are the autonomous Ubers here. No driver. They drive themselves. They're the Jaguars.
Jaguars.
They are in Jaguars.
What did I screw up?
The
What did I
cars
screw
are
up?
Jaguars.
Sorry, what?
The car is a Jaguar.
Did you not know that?
No.
They're all
Yeah, for whatever
Jaguars, yeah.
reason, they bought a shit ton of Jaguar like crossover EVs. The ones that are roughly the same size as not the Tesla 3s, but the ones that are slightly bigger Tesla. I don't know, whatever. And they're all Jaguars, which is hilarious.
They got
You're
some
riding
video,
in a
man.
bougie ass Jaguar.
Like I said,
EV.
mysteries.
I heard a rumor like 5 years ago they were trying to start a zoo, but the wrong Jaguars got delivered. They said,
That's why when you said it drives yourselves or Jaguars, I was like, God damn, Greg. Like, it's the way that your mind works. But so everyone's talking about, oh, it can't go on the freeway. So we're watching from home, and we know where you guys are going. You're going to Land's End, which, like, is very a great pick because it's a difficult place to get
not easy.
without getting on the freeway just
Yeah.
because of where we are and it is. And we were all like trying to map out like what routes it going to take. And then it got to the point where it was about to turn on like 19th Avenue.
Yep.
And it's like, technically, y'all got to get on the freeway for just like a block or two, but like, what's it going to do? And this thing just kind of stops. And you guys were acting all cool, but we were here like,
they're going to
there
die.
might be stuck here, like 5 minutes into this adventure, and y'all were there for a fair amount of time, but eventually it made the turn. We thought there was going to be no opening for you to get in there.
It was an experience. And this was it's very weird, and it's weird how quickly you get used to being in a car that's going 50 miles an hour with no one driving it. And I, for one, think that I think this is absolutely like, this is gonna, when this shit takes off, it's gonna be bye-bye to, you're not driving your car anymore. This is unbelievable.
It's taken off, right? Like I feel
It's
like
definitely
I mean,
I'm
they're
saying
everywhere.
like when
Yeah.
it gets to the point, like I at first was like, okay, people will still be driving their own car like 20, 30 years from now. You get in this thing, you're like, no. But there is a future, maybe 15 years, where it comes out, and we're just like, you don't drive your car anymore.
No,
Nobody gets
jeez.
licenses. Doesn't fucking matter.
There was that dude who like just kind of ran in front of the car and to cross the
biker?
street. No, just a dude
that,
running.
that biker was like, "Fuck this."
Oh, the
shit
guy in the
sucks.
front.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the biker in the front. No, there was a
Good
dude in
for
a
you,
lime
bro.
shirt that just decided to run in front of it, and we almost hit him. And candidly,
It
we
was
were
like a really
yeah.
hard stop.
But the 14 mile an hour thing, I think was, there's certain parts of the city, if you hit that street, you hit the street going west when the sun's setting, it'll just blind you.
yeah.
I think it blinded the cameras, and
Yeah.
it slowed down because it couldn't get a bearing on what was going on, and we were getting fucking lapped, and it was terrifying because it wasn't like a street where it was that little tunnely street in between Mission and like getting into sort of South San Francisco where you go underneath the freeway and shit like that. So there was nowhere to get out. We would have just been fucked. And cars were whizzing past us.
We got so slow that Nick was like, is the battery dying? We don't know.
I checked it, yeah.
And it was like 14, 15, 16, 15 miles an hour. And it just kind of hovered around there. We're like, what is
We're gonna
happening?
get rear-ended.
This is scary. This is really scary.
There was I tell you what though, I'm converted. It's awesome.
I love
That's
how
awesome.
every word you said just like contradicts itself. Where you're just like, oh, I was so scared. And at any moment, it's awesome though. It fucking works out.
Well, because here, let me explain to you why, right? There has never been a single solitary Uber ride where I haven't had that exact same
Yeah,
that's
feeling.
so
you
true.
almost died.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, wow, this guy's brakes don't work. Or there's
he's
a
on his
weird
phone.
sound coming out. Or yeah, this guy's been smoking a lot of cigarettes in here and this car reeks of fucking of lung cancer. Like
Yeah.
shit like every single ride I go on, I'm like, there's no way that this car is safe for passengers to be riding in over and over and over again. And you get in that Jaguar, you're like, this is very well maintained.
It also said,
It
hi,
feels right.
Snowbike Mike.
It did say hello.
Oh,
it's not
wow.
like mine.
One
Yeah.
time. Not the second
Not
time.
the second time, but the third time
it
I
did.
did.
Oh, shit.
Third time
I
it
think
did.
we actually legit got the same Waymo as the first. We should have
Hello
done it. We should have
again.
left something in it and then
to
try to find it and
see?
just
Oh, that
see if
would've
we can
been
get
cool.
it back. But very fun.
Speaking of Snowbike Mike, just to loop it back, what was he said that it was $28, and you guys don't believe him?
The ride of the Uber, he said pretty much it was $24 to $28 each way. Now, we basically went the exact same, like from here, we basically went to the equivalent of like my place to the airport, and that's like a $60 Uber ride. So there's no fucking way that these are $24.
So he sent me the receipts,
Well, did he really?
and from here to Land's End, it was $28 roughly.
Holy
Whoa.
shit.
From
What a steal.
Land's End to Tony's, it was
Nobody to pay?
22, and from where y'all picked up near Tony's back to here, it was $32.
That's not
I am
bad at all.
shocked. What's the tip situation look
Zero.
like?
There's no tip. Who are you
This
tipping?
fucking
Who you
robot.
tipping?
I don't
Robots?
know. I don't know.
What are robots about?
Is there
Tim?
okay, sorry, excuse me.
I was
Is there
making
any
the-
weird service charge or any like
I don't
freaking,
know.
like
I was
don't know.
making the joke to Blessing that that these Waymos are going to start talking to you about how they're trying to put their kids through college or whatever, and just like you get those
It's so
guilt
that thing was,
stories.
as you're about to get out, it goes, it's just going to answer a little question here, and it turns the screen towards
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Awkwardly looks to the left.
You don't have to do,
Like,
you don't have to
something
do
to
anything,
do.
but just,
Yeah.
pretending like it doesn't fucking know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good time though.
It's
Good pizza. Oh my gosh,
Tony's?
I'd never had Tony's pizza.
You're insane.
That was
How
delicious.
did you never? You've been here forever.
It's just I don't know, far away.
You don't go to North Beach that often, I
Nah.
guess. Yeah.
I've had Tony's, but I've never had their calzone.
It was such a treat seeing Andy outside.
It was interesting.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Seeing
wow.
you walk from the,
The
bathroom
trees.
and you I don't know what you were playing with, but you're playing with like some strings.
Oh, I had the cable. I
yeah.
had the,
and you just swing it
charger
around.
cable.
I'm just like, God, I love you, Andy.
But somebody got recognized. Some got knew us.
Probably following you stream sniping
He said he was
thought about
a
that.
developer.
of Waymo.
I think I saw him, and I think I saw him because I think he was with his either wife or girlfriend because she kind of pointed it and they smiled and then walked away.
Mm.
So I don't know if they wanted to like say something, but we were streaming, and then they caught you like, coming back from the bathroom and said, "What's up?" But I'm pretty sure I know exactly who you're talking about.
Cool dude.
Yeah, was he added and tatted?
No.
Okay, then maybe a different guy.
If you like hijinks like this, like I said, we couldn't do the membership without you. Thank you for your support. Remember, we're live each and every day with live talk shows, youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. We couldn't do without our Patreon producers. Thank you to James Hastings, Casey Andrew, and Nathan Lamoth. Today, we're brought to you by Shady Rays and Rocket Money, but we'll talk about that later. For now, Timothy.
Mike L says seeing Andy outside means 6 more weeks of winter.
That's funny. That's good. I like that.
Yes, Greg.
Pick a bullet point, Tim.
Ooh.
Again, you can have apologies. You can have the 2020 sequel. You can have a prank.
I mean, I feel like the one I want to know the most is the prank.
Sure.
But I feel like it's better if we kind of leave that to build the.
I'll let you know right now.
anticipation.
The prank is a big question mark.
Shit.
You remember the Saturn satellite? What's the satellite they fired off into space?
Sputnik?
With the gold record on it.
Voyager.
We fired it outside. We haven't heard back from the Voyager pranks with the space prank satellite we sent off. It's tumbling out into the
I think
universe.
it was a prank satellite.
No, in this way.
Okay, got it.
I was like, I
It's
think
a
we were-
metaphorical
My
satellite.
Voyager was sent off, and I'm
Okay.
not sure what happened with it.
So then let's wait for the end. Then that should go last.
Okay.
So then we got apologies to
to
Tim.
2020 sequel. I'm sorry, apologies to who?
To Tim?
No,
Is that
no,
what?
no,
Oh, I
no,
thought
no,
that's
no.
what it
No,
was.
he would never apologize to you.
And then what was the other one?
2020 sequel.
Let's go with apologies.
Okay. This is a two-parter. All right.
Oh, man. There's extra dots underneath those dots.
Yeah,
Bullet
yeah.
points.
Part 2 is a prank.
It's the black dot to start, and then it's the black outline with the white dot in
Yeah.
it that I got two
How
things
did we
going here.
get there?
Number one, I would like to apologize to the candy bar Twix. All right.
I see where this is
I've
going.
always appreciated a Twix. I'll
In
eat
the
a
mix.
Twix.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
talked though. You can see how my mind works. Of course, I came in a few shows ago,
can't.
right? And I told you we don't make it weird. We don't talk about it enough. I have very talented teeth and lips. That I can put a Twix in my mouth and I can bite it with the teeth, but hold it with my lips. You know what I mean? You ever think about that, Andy?
You ever think about
I
that?
haven't. No.
Where it's like I did for a second. I was like, damn.
Can
you
we
know?
get a Twix?
I mean, come on, cool, Greg. Go buy all the Twixes across the street. Get the cookie dough ones.
Get the
And obviously,
cookies and cream were good too.
yeah, exactly. And for years, I'm in there and I'm popping off the caramel or now, the cookie dough, whatever they're putting on top of the Twix wafer, right? And I'm having the wafer on the side. I'm having the thing over here. But recently, similar to how I found myself addicted to Coke, I found myself now addicted to Twix. Where I'm like, I want to just keep going. But today I was like, I cannot go across the street and buy another Twix. You know what I mean? But I also said, damn, I've been out here since college, waving the banner of the one and only Nestle Crunch.
Okay.
All right? It is a Nestle Crunch. If I'm lying, I'm dying. You're a great candy bar. But I'm not out there like, I need a Nestle Crunch right now. Right now, I need a main line of fucking Twix. I need to be boofing Twixes left and right.
Put them
right?
in all
How do you eat
orifices.
the Twix? Normal person way, or like just chomping it bite by bite? Or have you ever done the teeth thing?
What's the teeth thing?
With your talented teeth, Greg,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
you should
yeah.
try this. You deep throat the thing a little bit.
Sure.
And you go, you pull it out, and then you like rip the chocolate and the caramel
No.
off of the wafer.
No, you need the wafer.
I like to
together
bite it
with
in half, put it in there, and separate it all in there together.
more
That's
for
what I
the
was just talking
sport
about
of
with
it,
the
yeah.
talented teeth. You know what I mean? Get it in there, and then I have the wafer on one side, caramel and chocolate, whatever, on the other side.
Did this start on Kind of Funny Day?
I bought a bunch that day.
Yeah, because there was a.
I kind of gave
there was
into
a
the intrusive thoughts there.
Greg was crossing the street while near the end of the stream while everybody was having their own the podcast near the end, and Greg was like, "Do you want anything from the store? You want a little candy or something?" I was like, "Nah, I'm good." And he was like, "All right, I'll go get a little candy bar or something." And he came back with 8 Twixes of like the Family Guy, and I saw it, and you could tell he didn't think it was ridiculous until I looked at it, and then he was like, "Oh, this is ridiculous."
I knew it was ridiculous. I put them on the table. I put them up for grabs. You know what I mean?
And those are the cookie dough ones, right?
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
Because then I got the cookies and
cookie
cream.
That's the difference there.
And
Yeah,
those
yeah, yeah.
really kind
And
of
this is honestly, this might be one of the things of what's going on here. Do I get like we talk a lot, or I don't. Andy does, and sportscasters do. You talk a lot about like LeBron James,
I do.
right? And remember how Michael Jordan, he was the fucking tits until like Kobe came around, until like LeBron James comes on the scene. When I look at Twix right now and the game they're running, do I see a lot of LeBron compared to Oreos, Michael Jordan? You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Because look at Oreo, like we're fucking putting pizzas between the cookies. You know what I mean? We're putting them on shelves. I started a whole YouTube career. The bedrock of this channel reviewing Oreo cookies. We had done in seasons 1 and 2, we did like 62 cookies, something ridiculous, right? So you know that people are experimenting, trying. The people over at Twix, they saw this, and now they're like, we got to get nutty too.
No way. I didn't see this.
Oh, this is where the cookie dough Twix, which
missed
is
that
rather than
aspect
caramel,
of
is
this.
just cookie dough. Outrageous.
dude.
Then you brought in cookies and cream instead of the caramel.
What
It's
the
cookies
fuck?
and cream.
I'm
And
a
so
little
it's like an
concerned. I don't know
Oreo
about
something.
this.
It's an Oreo cookie inside,
Yeah.
and also the whatever the wait. What are you sucking on inside of the Twix? What's in there?
It's caramel.
So instead of that, it's kind of like a dotted, like the black and white kind of cookie
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff. Really, really
Fantastic.
damn good. But I think all the brands are kind of doing that. I think all the brands are experimenting and trying.
Desperation.
Because the other day I brought in a Reese's cup, and you look at the
Oh, yeah,
mouthwater
yeah,
and
yeah.
just think about it. But you look at
Holy
all the
shit.
you look at all the Reese's.
Those were good.
And they got the big Reese's cups, the big cups, and some of them will have Cocoa Puffs inside of it, or Reese's Puffs inside of it. Sorry,
Wow.
inside it to like add a crunch. And then the one that I brought in had caramel inside of it. A Reese's cup with caramel. That sounds kind of odd. Brought it in, and it was like, whoa.
You
whoa.
tried to break it off for me and Barrett. You just couldn't do it. So we had to use our fingers.
Yeah, I was like, just.
But it was good. It was great.
It was
Yeah.
really, really damn good.
I agree. More people are experimenting. I just feel like Twix, at least for me, is broken through. They've done something that candy hasn't done in forever. Where I'm like, damn, I'm craving a Twix right now.
I mean, I've always been a Twix fan. Like I
And
would
again,
say
I've never
that-
been anti-Twix.
Yeah, Twix is very high on my list of candies. Not the biggest candy guy to begin with,
Yeah.
but like something about Twix, like their form factor, satisfying. Just the right amount of things going on. It's not too much.
Yeah.
Not
But
pretentious.
it is not nothing. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
just like a milk chocolate bar or
Of
something.
course,
It's
of
like,
course,
yeah,
of
you
course.
get. I guess I'm a big toffee and wafer fan overall. I know there's not toffee in this, but I feel like
close
there's
enough.
that like texture to it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Sure.
But also doesn't get too stuck all over your mouth.
Yep.
Like some of the other guys do.
Yeah.
Like a Heath
yeah,
bar.
toffee. Yeah, Heath bar, an actual toffee.
That's
is
getting in your teeth.
Yeah.
compounded.
Nah, taste of a Heath bar, top tier.
Yeah, but you got to the Heath bar is, in my opinion, the best way to eat it is when it's like crumbled up on top of something else.
I love
dude.
a top.
You know, because then you're not getting too much in there. Like you get when the Seas candy happens, the great Seas candy happening of every fucking end of the year, and then Greg bitches about it. He's like, "Oh, there's no weird fucking
I
raspberry
mean, God
candies
forbid,
here."
rather than spend $267 on this fucking candy that hasn't innovated since 1864, Matt Scarpino, just go to Costco, buy a bunch of Twixes, mail them to me.
I'll make that happen for you next year.
Put a fucking goddamn bow on it, and it's over. You
Yeah.
know?
But
I
the
love
Twixes
Seas.
don't. The number one complaint you had with the Seas candy was there's not enough cherry in it. The Twixes don't have cherry either.
Well, my problem with the Seas candy is
No, no,
everything
no.
was nuts.
Your problem with the Seas candy? I thought you said there was too much caramel.
There was a whole bunch of it was not enough fruit for sure.
Listen,
Not enough fruit is the problem we're
said
having.
nobody ever in regards to candy.
Oh, look
in
at this one. What
America.
is this one? I don't know. It's white cream with a nut on top.
Ah,
It tastes
so good.
exactly the same as the last 7. One of you guys
Yeah.
had me bite into.
That's fair.
Joey,
Greg also-
Joey keeps baiting me into it too.
He also wants them easily distinguishable.
That I agree with.
Make the cherry one look.
Mhm.
Have a little logo. Put a little image of a cherry on
Something.
it. Greg,
Stamp it up.
Color the little stupid ass papers they put them in.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
But that would be innovation too far beyond C's. The great grandson runs it right now. He's like, we ain't changing what great Grammy did. You know what I mean?
Did you have a trick you out of me?
Yeah, he's old too.
there's not a whole lot of Twix variations, Greg.
I mean, they knocked it out of the park. I don't know how much you got to.
They
keep
have
doing here.
Twix peanut butter, which was introduced in 1983.
I would
Sure.
fuck with that.
Cookies and cream and
Yeah, here we go.
salted caramel and cookie dough, and that's about it.
All right.
See that pink one right there? That cookie dough. That's the shit.
That's the
guys.
one.
That's
Thank
the
you, Cool
fucking
Greg.
shit. Thanks, Cool Greg. Twix, if you want to sponsor, this is a great opportunity. It's not why I did it though. Again, this was an apology to you, Twix. I want you to know. I'm
I mean,
sorry.
I didn't eat lunch today.
Now, in that vein, bullet point number 2, Tim, you owe
don't
me an
have to
apology.
preface.
I owe Greg an apology.
Yeah.
You owe me an apology,
Okay.
Tim. Why would I? What do I owe you an apology
I don't know. Many.
for your career?
yeah.
For this company?
100%. Uh-huh.
Tim,
Mhm.
you know a lot about me. Some would say too much, physically and mentally. But I think you'd put high on the list. I like Ghostbusters. I like superheroes. Yeah, I like video games, obviously. You know what I mean? I feel like you led me astray when you kept me off Pixar in review and you didn't tell me that Big Hero 6 was a superhero movie. Like I feel like and I'll turn around too, audience and everybody watching, Langley M. Neely, Benny B. Good, Corey, Tyler,
chip.
Banderas, and Madeline Stanley. You all owe me an apology too. In the chat right now live, if you're watching later, you can send me a tweet or a blue sky or an Instagram, whatever. I don't understand how none of you ever thought to stop me and say, "Oh, this is a superhero movie you'd enjoy."
Couple
It's
things
not
here,
a
Greg. First off, you were on Pixar in Review. You were.
That's superfluous. I'm not sure about
you
that.
opted out of being on Pixar
You
in
said it,
Review,
I quit. I
so
fucking hate
you
this.
stopped.
Listen.
Also, Big Hero 6, not a
Not a
Pixar
Pixar
movie.
movie.
Listen, guys. There's a lot of things you're throwing at me right now that I don't think are true facts.
You guys are being really
You know what
aggressive.
I
with
mean?
them.
I remember being on Lion King in review.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being on Mizuguchi in review, where I was watching. I watched the Heron. I watched the Heron.
No,
I
you
watched
didn't.
Howl's Moving Castle.
You did not.
I watched
Top level boy in the Heron
Spider-Verse.
for me.
All right, and I'm just telling you. at
This
no
is the
point-
other multiverse version of you.
Listen, I don't know what's happening over here. All right, who made Big Hero 6?
I mean, it's a Marvel property. But
No
Disney.
shit.
Yeah, Big Hero 6 is Marvel.
Why? So you kept that out of MCU in review?
Yeah.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
You don't believe that?
Jesus
Gatekeeper.
Christ, why was my
Toy
hair
Story,
like that?
man. Look at how just so dark. Not a gray hair in the beard or the hair.
And look at that.
I just love looking at this, and Greg's first response is so dark. Like,
Look at that beard. Look at that hair. I don't even look like the same person. You know what I mean? I thought Nick's feet were mine for a second. I was like, I was wearing white shoes. That's weird, but I wasn't. Those are Nick's.
You never wear white shoes.
I had to call Nick out yesterday.
yeah.
Let me finish my Twix real quick.
You want
So
to-
what happened to Big Hero 6?
what do you mean?
No one tells me anything. Tim,
we
you're the
never
movie
reviewed it.
guy.
I
You're
don't
supposed
think
to
we
tell
ever
me,
reviewed
Greg,
it.
watch this movie. Joey, you're supposed to tell me you're watching this movie. You know what I mean? Chat.
Yeah, this is definitely, I mean, it was an IGN time thing. Not that that
Oh,
changes
that can't be that long.
much, but
Has it ever been in reviewed?
no.
Now again, watch the lips and teeth.
Yeah.
Watch the lips and teeth. Watch them.
Like, I don't
Aggressive.
even- Nick, do you comprehend what he's trying to
I
say?
don't know either. I don't
The
understand.
talented lips and teeth, like, what about it? Like,
Give it to us again,
Tim,
Greg. Give
I
it like,
hold it with
yeah.
my lips, but I bite it with my teeth. Like, oh, that's what every human being does.
Yeah. That's a normal human thing. That's not abnormal.
That's what everybody
Move
does.
the mic. I got to see this. Move the mic so they can see this.
Done. That's a teeth man.
It's such a normal thing. I thought something else
You're
was
right,
happening.
Greg. No human being would ever eat Twix like that.
I think anybody watching this with the sound off would go, man, that guy has talented teeth and lips.
It's not just the teeth, it's the lips also. Really get you.
Annabelle Cook's asked, how do I downgrade my Patreon membership?
Done. That money has been wasted, my friend.
Where do you think all the Twix are coming from?
Yeah.
oh, man.
Oh my god.
The cookies and cream, I don't
like 'em.
dislike it.
I don't
but
like 'em.
I think it just, I don't.
Here, do a cookie dough. Do a cookie dough. Do a cookie dough.
Yeah, let me, yeah.
Do a cookie dough. Ever do cookie dough? No, the cookie dough. Love the cookie dough.
I had to call out Nick yesterday because
He's got to apologize too.
I looked at the face because I remember on Friday thinking like, oh, you know, everything's growing out, right? I remember distinctly on Friday, man, I wish I could shave that neck. Like, I just want to shave that sucker down. And then yesterday I noticed, is it shorter?
Oh yeah.
And he said, yeah, I gave it a little trim. Like, what is happening here?
I like it.
He's
His comedy
keeping
career
it.
is blowing up. I see him on the Instagram.
It's a fun change, and I've enjoyed it. And I don't know how long the mustache is going to stick around for, but I look at myself with the beard. I'm like, it looked okay. It looked good. Still a fun look, but I'm enjoying the mustache right now. I'm having fun on this ride,
The mustache, right?
as they say. There it is. It's fun.
It's
Fun to
surprising.
change it up a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just surprising, like, because I do like the look, obviously, and I think we all like the look. But I was also like, he'll grow the beard back, and you know, and he's mentioned several times that D does not love it.
She coming around yet?
No, but
Mm.
I think before the beard comes back, I'm probably going to take everything down to this level.
Okay.
See my
Okay.
upper lip again and then grow it back out, because I think it grows out so fast. Like right now, if I hadn't trimmed it down, it would be Tim's length probably, because we had roughly the same length and we're both Italian, so
Just got to push.
you got to eat a lot of biotin. But
You
I'm
love
enjoying.
those gummies.
Had to go with the new ones from Target, the orange ones. Not as good,
Mm.
but still good.
Speaking of not as good, cookie dough.
No.
have some problems with it.
Okay, lay it on me.
I forget
Too
what on
dense.
the Oreo oration scale. You'd always give the problem with the like breaking apart. You open the
First look.
first look. I mean, yeah, like I opened it up and it was a Twix was broken in half. Never in my life have I seen that.
Do you
But
think maybe
my
Cool
mouth-
Greg fell crossing the street?
Was that not the one that Nick ate?
No, I mean
No, I had a full one.
the cookie dough or the cookies and cream I don't love. Let me try the cookie dough here
So far, not impressed. But I'm going to the OG.
because I think the fun of the OG is that it has a softness in it that's thoroughly all the way through. Whereas this, I feel like I'm snapping it off and I'm just sort of it's not wet enough. It's not moist.
Oh,
enough
see, I think
inside.
I don't miss the moist. I don't miss the being moist.
Mhm.
No, you're all big talk. I've seen none of you eat it with your lips and your talented teeth. You know what I mean?
I don't know how to do it.
Here goes Andy. Oh no, there was way too much movement. You know what I mean? Oh man,
It did move. It did
oh
move.
man, you look at that one. This is a sloppy.
Try it
one.
again.
You
Try it
know what I
again.
mean?
Try it again.
Oh, look at him. He doesn't know what he's doing.
God, you're so fucking bush league.
You hold it
He's
with
a
wrong
kid
with you?
lost in the nonfiction biography section of the library.
you hold it with your lips and you bite it with your teeth.
Yeah, I know. It sounds easy, but you're making it look pretty hard, aren't you?
That's what I do.
You hate to see it. You know what I mean? Why don't you stick to 3-point shooting?
It's times like this that I'm like, does he think what he did was different?
Well, I get to go back and watch the footage, so it's fine. Don't worry
I
about
see
it.
the nuance.
Thank you, Nick. You know what I mean? What a
I-
supporter. What a booster.
I am going to disagree with you on these, though. I just don't. These would not be my go-to.
Sure.
I understand you don't like the sort of like creaminess of.
oh,
the
no, it's not that I
Carolina stuff.
don't like it. I'm just saying these are a welcome.
Yeah, these just
you
a
know.
little too dry for me.
Okay. I like the drive. I
Unlike
understand.
unlike the Reese's peanut butter cups that Andy brought the other day,
Mm-hmm.
which and you know I'm vehemently. I draw the line. I'm like the Reese's peanut butter cup, the standard cup is the perfect candy. You do not need to fuck with that. The big cups, the small cup,
Don't
all
need to
that
be
shit, we
here.
don't need to do it.
Getting
When they started
crazy.
putting pretzels in those, sometimes I was like, no.
Way too much.
But that thing that you had the other day
It's crazy.
was so good that when I looked, you broke a piece off and you handed it to me. And it had your thumbprint in it, and I was like, I don't know that I need to eat Andy's thumbprint right now. And I would eat that thumb again.
It was good.
Can you
That's
bring
pretty
more
good.
in? I would like to try this.
Yeah.
The Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to.
Yeah,
me
I
around
let
the
it melt in my
store
hand a
over
little bit.
there.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, see?
Maybe they're just coming out of the cold too. They're too cold.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, any given Sunday, leave it all on the field. Like,
I like
that's
how
what you
you're-
got. That's what you got.
I like how you're opening up these packs of Twix, like I used to open up packs of Camel Lights. Just feed the addiction.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, well, come on. It's a Twix show now.
It's
You
a
know what
Twix
I mean?
show.
Come on. That's what it's all about.
I'd like to apologize to you, Tim. I mean, to Greg.
Thank you.
Sorry, Tim. No, you're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I've seen Big Hero 6.
What the fuck, man? You never thought to tell me?
I never
You
thought
won't
to
shut
tell
about
you.
this Jerry Springer documentary. You never thought, oh man, there's a cool superhero movie made by Pixar, but they're hiding it for some
I
Yeah.
don't know what they're ashamed of. It's a good movie.
They're releasing it under their other banner, Marvel.
Well, no, I accept your apology. Andy, do you have anything to say?
I'm to apologize to Greg.
No, I mean, there's also a movie called Blank Man that's a superhero movie.
I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
Advertised well. Big Hero 6. I mean, like, for real. You're Greg Miller. You're incredibly successful. Top of your field. You can eat a Twix like nobody's goddamn business.
Down to teeth and lips.
Out. You're at the movie theater. You see this poster. It's a crash test dummy of Jared Petty. I don't want to see this movie.
Yeah, of
I got
course.
nothing going on.
I
You
think
know what I
he
mean?
went as him for Halloween one year.
Really?
Yeah. Big old JP.
That works out. Give me a photo of that. I want photos of Baymax, Jared Petty. What are you looking at? Oh,
Oh,
Mystery Man.
Mystery
Never
Man.
forget.
I lost at Sin 2 Nerdle the other day because I typed in Mystery Men for Hank Azaria and it didn't come up.
Okay.
And I was like,
That's bullshit.
that's bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Because we all know that there's of all the notable people in this movie,
Hank Azaria right at the front.
Hank Azaria
There he
number
is.
one, right?
How'd you lose this?
I think Ben Stiller would probably be at the front.
Well, I came from Ben Stiller. So I couldn't use Ben Stiller. Again.
Ah,
It was like the third Ben Stiller. So I was like, oh, I'll go Hank Azaria after this. Or Hank Azaria, whatever. I can't remember how we got there, but I couldn't use Ben Stiller for some reason. Oh, no, I couldn't use Jeanine Garofalo.
Ah,
That's what
Garaf.
it was. The Garaf.
Never forget.
Garofalo.
You met her yet?
I have not met Jeanine Garofalo yet. She was at Sketchfest a few years ago, but I didn't get a chance to interact. Was at a party. I didn't get a chance to talk to him because he looked like he was kind of in and out with Richard Kind.
Oh, okay.
Are you familiar
yeah,
with that
yeah, no, I know
gentleman?
Richard Kind. Yeah.
Which is the coolest thing.
yeah,
The
that was
idea of
pretty
Nick
fun.
and Richard Kind being in the same room excites me to no end.
It was a trip because I looked over and he's tall. And he came in and he ordered 2 Heinekens and then left. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool that he's here. And he just went back up to his room. That was cool.
Cool guy.
Shout out to Charlotte for making me think that Richard Kind died.
I would
And
have.
then I brought it up on a show later. I was like, man, Richard Kind, rest in peace.
I wanted to say hi to Richard Kind, but I couldn't remember his name. Obviously, he's one of those guys that has been in everything.
Mm-hmm.
But not only could I not remember his name, I couldn't remember one fucking thing the guy was in.
He's in all them Pixar movies.
But he's in
like
everything.
Greg loves Big Hero,
Big Hero
6.
6,
Yeah.
He was
All
in
of
Only Murders in the Building
I
this
haven't
new
watched it.
season.
I think he was in Curb for a while.
Along
though.
Kumail.
Mm.
Yeah, he was great.
That was
in it.
fun.
But he was best most recently in Everyone's in LA, the John Mulaney Netflix show. It was fantastic.
I got that queued up.
You got to watch it.
I'm gonna at some point.
Richard Kind's it up.
I had to watch Bookie last night. New episode of that. Got Danielle hooked on that now. She giggles. It's fun.
Just to put a bow on this one.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
go for
Over
it.
there, Barrett does the right thing and apologizes to me. He says in the chat, Greg, I would like to apologize for not telling you about Big Hero 6. I didn't know who you were back then. Just a quick little bow on this one.
Well,
I
Barrett was
Googled
his
it here. And
idol
again,
back
as
then.
a Pixar historian, this is surprising this guy by me. But Big Hero 6, 2014. All right. Then Frozen, 2013.
Couldn't find the Halloween image.
That's great,
but
though. You nailed it.
Close enough.
So Frozen 2013, Big Hero 6 2014, both from Pixar. It is fucking crazy that like we were watching Frozen, Ben loves it, and I'm watching, I'm like, oh man, this doesn't look as good as I thought it. I remember it looking. That's weird for a movie that's 6 years old. You go, yeah, oh my god, 2013. It's
Yeah.
so old. Big Hero 6, Andy, don't even bother remastering it. You can just put it in theaters right now. I think change the title again. Be like, it's a superhero movie. You know what I mean? Do something like that. Put it out there.
The word hero in this title.
Yeah, but the kid's named Hero, and then again, it's just this big old blubbery guy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? He's talking about being a medical dude. I don't want to see this movie.
It is one of those movies that when you're looking at that, it's a hard sell. I think
Yeah.
for me, and I remember watching it and enjoying it. But I do remember thinking to myself like, not for me. It's not necessarily. It's not speaking to me.
Oh man, the movie kept going. I was like, oh, this is so good. And then
You
I
can
was
see
like,
San
then-
Francisco.
Then yeah, San Francisco, Tokyo, awesome.
And Disneyland, right?
It is. Yeah.
And they started. Then they started all getting their outfits and their gear together. Holy shit, that's superhero! And then it was a full blown superhero. That's fucking great. And then they got a Baymax
Now, Greg,
Disney Plus show. We're watching that. Tell
so
you
I
right
have
now.
the video
They had a whole
game for
episode
you.
about menstruation. Yeah, go ahead.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
I'm not.
Whole
I'm
Big
not
Hero
playing.
6 world.
No,
Whoa,
no.
really?
Oh, yeah.
That's where I
Yeah.
dropped off.
Cameron Kennedy says, "Does Greg know that Baymax is in Fortnite right now?" I didn't. But again, Baymax, I
Richard
enjoy.
Kind's in Fortnite too.
I enjoy, but I don't need to go buy him. I'm Captain America. I'm Solid Snake. Maybe I'm a Ghostbuster. I don't
Yeah.
need to be buying all these skins.
You got him.
I got
You
it.
knocked him out of the park.
I don't need to worry.
They got the
about
Ghostbusters in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Oh.
2016.
it. They had the Ecto 1 in there for Afterlife when they were getting ready to reveal Afterlife.
That was close. Sounds more like a cat.
Which one? But me?
No, like
actual
like
one.
the actual
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Kinda, more emblematic of a
Always,
cat.
to me, sounded like an air raid. Like when you crank the thing. Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
I always like that, like a wind-up toy.
Sure. Yeah.
Very distinctive.
Very distinctive. Just like the Kind of Funny podcast. Feeling how we come to you each and every week to eat Twix and talk about whatever's going on. I still got 2 bullet points. One, a 2020 sequel. And the other one, pranks. Do you want to hear about them? Great. Well, if you're a Kind of Funny member, of course, you don't have to wait through the ads because you get to jump right to it. But if you're not using your membership benefits that you can get on patreon.com/kindoffunny or youtube.com/kindoffunnygames or Apple or Spotify, here's a word from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Shady Rays. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends over at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company offering a world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. They have hundreds of options to choose from, so you're bound to find the perfect pair to match your style. Plus, if your shades ever go missing or take an unexpected hit, don't sweat it. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you don't love your shades, exchange them for a new pair or return worry-free within 30 days. Y'all know I've been outside a lot in the sun playing Pokemon Go, and it's such a great experience wearing my Shady Rays when I'm out and about looking dope. Exclusively for you, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal. Head to shadyrays.com and use code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. That's shadyrays.com. Use the code FUNNY. This episode is brought to you by Rocket Money. You sign up for something, forget about it after the trial period ends, then you're charged month after month after month. The subscriptions are there, but you're not using them. In fact, 85% of people have at least one paid subscription going unused each month. Thanks to Rocket Money, you can see all your subscriptions in one place and cancel the ones that you're not using anymore and save more money. Rocket Money has helped multiple members of Kind of Funny learn that they are still paying for things they totally didn't even realize. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions. It monitors your spending and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and match your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/kindafunny today. That's rocketmoney.com/kindafunny. rocketmoney.com/kindafunny.
I know you'll probably say yes to this. So I am kind of teeing it up for just a fun agreement. Have you ever, those troughs of urinals that are in like, that used to be in like sports stadiums? You ever thought about installing one here in this desk?
Oh yeah,
wow.
sure. I think one of the main things we didn't think through were having easy charge ports or plugs.
Yeah.
That would have been a great thing. And then, yeah, definitely. I wouldn't go for the trough as much as like some kind of funnel that you could just pick up and bring over
Like
here.
an oil
Kind of
funnel?
like an oxygen mask on a
But
plane.
you pull it out, it comes this far up, but you don't need it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got to let people know what you're about to do. You
Yeah.
pull it up.
Yeah.
It's got like that accordion. Like,
Yeah.
It's like this straw thing.
Yeah.
And then just suction. Mad suction.
Just a sitting body of water. Body of
Water.
liquid down here.
No,
No, we
sucking.
put
I
a
just said it was
drain.
sucking.
Yeah, there'd be a suction. Like
But where does it go?
We'd
No,
have to
that's
put a
Kevin's
drain
problem,
in.
not mine. I don't know.
We'd put a big tube out to
That'd be
Kevin's
even
desk.
better if you just look through the window. You're coming up and spraying Kevin. He's like, ah!
It just goes up and then puts a little flash dance
Barrett,
on
we'd
him.
only do it to Kevin. Don't worry.
Yeah.
He would love setting that up, though.
I saw a fucking insane TikTok recently. Like I don't know if it's like viable, but like I was like, oh, I believe it. It was like if you're have you seen these like how-to things of like watch the like this is important life information,
Yes.
and it's like
If only there was a
Weird-
thing that taught you how to do this thing.
weird CG
It's all AI.
animations of
It's
like
weird.
scenarios. It's like if you ever fall into a sewer, how do you get out? If you fall in and it's
Eat your way
pitch
out.
black, like what are you supposed to do? And it's like feel around in the sewage water.
No.
Try to find the direction that the water's coming from. Go against the current. Try to find a pipe that is like pushing water out. Find something. Take your shirt off and
Stuff it
stick it
up.
in there so that the
Yeah.
water will like burst out into somebody's house. They'll call a plumber. They'll deal with it and they'll save you.
That's a great plan.
I'm like, that's
That sounds insane.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's a good point. Yeah,
That's
I
not a
hadn't thought
bad
of
point. I thought you meant the ones I get the ones that are like this is how you circumcise someone. Like it goes in, goes and then and then pulls it off.
Fuck me, man.
Yeah,
I have
tap
never
down the
thought
teeth and
about
lips.
that, and I don't think I'll ever stop. Holy
Just
shit!
bite off that little.
Jesus Christ.
We have different algorithms.
My second bullet point is the 2020 sequel. As everyone knows, in 2020, there was a pandemic. We all had to stay home. We all had to socially distance. And during that, I made urban hiking very popular and very famous. I walked around the city of San Francisco. Jen and I, we went into the woods at times. We did all sorts of things.
You did.
I wore gym shoes, and I wore tights, and I wore shorts, and I did all this. I'd like to announce I am here in 2025 to get something else very popular going. Geocaching. Are we aware of geocaching?
No. Explain this to me, please.
Andy,
Isn't it like Pokemon Go? Like is
I mean,
Is
it's
it a Bitcoin?
outside. No,
Bitcoin?
not a Bitcoin. No. So it starts for us, as most things do in San Francisco, down at the Presidio. We're familiar?
Yeah.
Chrissy Field. We're down
Lucas.
there. We're on the water. Yeah, exactly.
Sport.
Down there, they
Sports and shit.
redid a giant section of it, and it was torn up for fucking ever, right next to
The sports basement.
the sports basement
Yeah.
where Nick Scarpino
Stunning now.
performs. Also, there's a whole bunch. There's House of Air down there. There's a swimming thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're down
Fran
there.
rolled his ankle at House Air.
They have a plaque up.
to commemorate it?
It's less of a plaque and more of a cautionary tale. Don't be this person.
It was torn up forever and ever and ever down there. Still is partially, but they have the new section open, and it's been open for a while now or whatever. I think like September, maybe even the summer. gorgeous playground there, so we're hanging out there. It goes all the way up now to where they do it off the grid on the giant field there outside the Disney Museum in front of the bowling alley, all the just phenomenal facilities over there. Great pizza at the one place too.
Oh,
they got
really?
these giant pan pizza over there. It's delicious.
Oh,
Anyways, though, down there they got this thing called Presidio Field Station. You go in there, the playground backs up to it. You go in and it's got all the stuff for the kiddos. It's got the maps, it's got the elevation. Come over here and this is paper you draw and you do the thing, you make your map, you do. But they have this thing called the Presidio Adventure Passport. So what the deal is here is it's a little passport kids can get. They write their name in it. They do the whole thing. And then it's geocaching across the entire Presidio. And so what geocaching is, and I'm sure I'm going to get some of the specifics wrong if there's a lot of geocachers out there. I apologize. I'm not trying to set you wrong, right? Is that you basically hide in public areas
yes.
things at coordinates, or in this case on a map with clues, and then people go there, they find the thing, they open it up. You can write, you see this is it right now if you're watching from the actual park. There's these little Tupperwares basically with little books and pencils in there. You write your name in it when you did it. Then there's a whole like leave a trinket, take a trinket kind of thing, you know what I mean? So like there's toys in there for kids and stuff, like little garbage things. Lots of garbage. But Ben did get a really cool Minecraft spider inside a cage.
Ooh.
We left a couple stickers to make up for it, you know what I mean? Anyways though,
That doesn't seem like a fair trade.
hey man, it's out in the trash. All right, it's just out. We'll get to the downsides of geocaching. Don't worry about it. But like for the Presidio version of it, like this is now one of those things. We do get the question a lot of what to do in San Francisco. I'm visiting, blah blah. And obviously, with Ben being 3 now, I have been starting to get parents being like, what to do. 1,000% recommend this because it for us living here burns. So we've done like 3 weekends now where we go back there, park the car, and go to a different section of the Presidio and just geocache. Because like
That's fun.
you got to walk the entire way, so you're out in the Presidio. It's gorgeous. The weather can be nice. It doesn't have to be. And then the cards are like legitimately like it's this historical thing that's been here since whatever. And then you flip it over and it's like pirate treasure kind of thing of like, go to this section of the boardwalk and then under your feet look for this X, Y, and Z. Blah blah blah. Now Barrett's already clicking onto the next one, right? This is awesome. We like this, but we started burning through them, and it was like, oh man, like we're doing these pretty not quick, but we're gonna be done here eventually. I think there's like 18. At which point Jen was like Googling and found out just that and I shouldn't say found out, but looked into what geocaching is on a grander scale because I've heard of geocaching before, right? And so geocaching is in fact just a gigantic fucking thing going on in the world around you at any point where you can get the geocache app. And there's
a trademark for this thing.
It's an amazing app, and there's a paid track if you want to, but there's a free thing too, where you basically turn on location services and it shows you around where it is. So then if you see the green dot, you walk over towards it. When you open the thing up, and it's the same thing where people have left it. They've left clues. They've told you if it's like micro, small, medium, large, like what you're looking for. They always have to be in a public spot. They have to do the whole thing. So now we've gone through the looking glass on what was a fun kid activity to now Jen is just obsessed with geocaching in general. So now we're going to random places in San Francisco, not even about the Presidio or whatever, looking for all this stuff. And so I'm inviting everyone to get involved, but also I think I might start my own because you can leave your own.
Greg caching.
You can leave your own and then leave your own clues and stuff like that. And I have so many opinions about. We found so many good ones. Like
What's a good one look like?
I think
Because why Jen being obsessed with this to what end?
Sure.
Are you
Where
talking about
she's like, hey, there's one over there. We should go. Or this weekend, like, we're not going to go to the Presidio, but we're going to go here for food. So I found that there's a geocache over there, so we should park there.
But why? Like, what is it? Does she want the thing? Does she want to
Jen
go to
loves
a new
being
place?
outside, and she
It's
likes
the
to walk.
journey,
And she likes to be
right.
in nature. Yeah.
Okay.
And then there is I think this is a little bit where it comes into the Pokemon Go thing of or I shouldn't say Pokemon Go, just video games in general, where you get that serotonin boost. There is you get there and you kind of feel like Batman, right? Because it's a riddle every time. And so you're at the coordinates. It's not like you walk up to the coordinates and, oh, there it is. You walk up to the coordinates, you're like, all right, it's around here. And the thing says, look for this, wash your hands. But are they being coy, or is that really what they mean? And you look around, and usually lots of times it'll be like a magnetized thing that you have to pull off something behind something. We found one in an aloe plant, right? And we went down there and it was just inside the plant between leaves was like a little container that you pulled out and opened and had the thing. And it's just like they're leaving little. My problem with it, of course, is like the Presidio one engineered to be great. Just like you're having fun, you're learning about the Presidio. They're not that hard. The ones in the public eye out there, you got people like thinking they're the fucking Riddler.
Yeah.
And they're leaving like literally micro, like the tiniest fucking. They're like, we can't find them. You know what I mean? We don't feel like we wasted our day. Obviously, we're exploring a new section of the city or doing whatever. But it's like This isn't fun. Like look in the hole. Like, there's 1,000 holes over here. What the fuck are you talking about?
I already am kind of worried of what the clues would be for Greg's
I know.
geocaching, along with the
So
actual.
thank you for
Here's
bringing it
the
back to me.
thing, though. I like the idea of Greg doing this and then doing an IRL stream of the boys going out to try to figure it all out.
What I was thinking about doing, honestly, is again, I think I don't want to get too small with it. I think that's not as much fun. So I was thinking about getting basically like, I don't know, for the first run, like 5 3D printed kind of funny smiley oval, like they screw them together and they're watertight. Because that's the other thing. People put things there, they get wet, they're ruined, right?
Yeah.
But get it there and like leave those very specific ones. Have fun with that.
I remember when I was dating my ex-girlfriend like in 2018, living here and walking around the city, and there was so many people in color coordinated like team kind of shirts. And initially I was like, are they like Pokemon Go hunting? What the fuck's going on? And it was like, no, it was different squads of geocachers going for like and competing for like the ultimate prize. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. But that's the first time I had heard of it. I was like, wow, there's just like a lot of people out here reading their phones and being like, you know, it says it's in a dry spot, but whatever, you know, it's very, very odd.
Mm-hmm.
But that's cool shit that like you're really getting into it. I love that.
And yeah, well, Jen is. One of these ones the other day, I was like, all right, I'm done. And we went on like another hour. So I was like, okay, what? You know what I mean? Yeah.
What do you mean
But
I'm
hey,
done?
it's
You're
not-
frustrated with the
Riddle?
I just
Gotcha.
ran out of you know, we'd already been walking around outside for 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's cold. We're pushing a stroller. Ben's in it. Sometimes he's out of it. You know what I mean? Like he's got his own opinions and feelings on the entire
Of course.
That's how I felt in the Waymo yesterday. I wanted to go. I almost Ubered home. we
appreciate
were all the way over there. And then I got that text from Kevin that was like, fuck you guys, don't get coffee. I want to go home. That's a good call, Kevin. Well, we have to take this 61-minute Uber or the 61-minute Waymo back to the studio.
This reminds me of many, 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 many years ago. Like in college time, I had a girlfriend that ended up going to New York for an extended period of time. So we were long distance for a bit. And when I went to her house, I like did a scavenger hunt thing, and I like left a whole bunch of shit for her so that
Yeah.
while I was
Yeah.
gone, she can like, you know,
Mhm.
great thing to do. Yeah. One of the things was most of it was in her house, but one of them I had some trinket shit that I went to Central Park and I dug it under a tree.
Holy shit.
And months later, she went, got it, and it was there.
Wow.
So I was
that's
like,
cool.
yeah, that felt really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was no geocaching. That was just good old fashioned Post-it notes.
Reminds me of in Japan, the train stations that have stamps.
Yeah.
You seen those? It's awesome.
Yeah. And that's the thing, yeah. For the Presidio one for the kids, right? You go through, you open them up, there's the logbook, but then there's a code word in each one of them. And so then when you knock out the ones that are part of that section, you go back at the end of the day or whenever you want to. And yeah, they give you a stamp, they give you a sticker.
Oh, that's cool.
It's very similar to Bluey, where Ben's into the idea of it, but me and Jen really want to fucking get all these stickers.
Yeah.
Like he's asleep half the time by the time we get back with him, but we're getting these fucking stickers.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm making them stamp the goddamn passport. I digress. Geocaching's here.
That's cool.
It's
I
the
like
2025
it. I
trend.
want you to
That's
do
fun.
it, Greg. I don't want you to do it for them.
For you.
I guess I'll do it.
Okay. we can do it.
I will do the stream with
That's a
them.
good stream. That's a good IRL stream. Yeah, okay, I'm in.
Yeah, there were many moments where we're like, what do we got to do to get Tim to be in his Waymo with us?
Yeah, I was watching a lot of the stream and I was like surprised. I mean, I'm busy. That's my only hesitation. I wish I was there. That looked fun.
It's a good time.
I want to go next time.
You could take my spot.
Dude, real talk. It was no, yeah, Andy, you have to go. It was worth it just to go to Tony's Pizza in the middle of the day. That was a treat because we don't ever get to. I mean, when the fuck is the last time we went during a work day to that part of the city? That was super
Yeah,
fun.
it's true.
Great
some stuff.
caching. I'm in.
Chat, let me know where I can make 3D printed watertight boxes. That's what I need.
3D printed watertight boxes. You don't want to just buy them?
No, because I want to make them look like kind of funny logos.
Oh,
I bet you
there's so many people.
like Olive Party
who will do
does
this.
3D printing.
Olive Party, hit me up. We're going to make something happen.
Yeah.
We're going to hit something. Okay. Then, are we ready for my final bullet point?
I think we are.
Pranks. Tim,
As ready as we can be.
this one's not about you.
Thank God.
Nick, have you gotten any interesting mail lately?
Yes, Greg.
Oh no!
I was hoping there would be a general slack of, I don't know who did this, but fuck you. Or you'd come in with it, but instead just radio silence. I'm firing fucking gold out into the goddamn ether. Because imagine me, Andy.
Let him have the win, you know?
I'm sitting there at home, scrolling through TikTok, and it's the usual one. I get the one that's funny. And then I get 3 or 4 ones I don't think are funny or whatever. And one plays and I'm like, oh, that's stupid. I scroll and I was like, wait. And I scroll back and I watch this entire TikTok and immediately to the TikTok shop, put in all of Nick's personal information
Thank you.
and hit send.
Thanks. Good. I appreciate that. I can only assume you're talking about the piece of mail that I got. That, Andy. Now listen, I have a great relationship with my wife.
It worked flawlessly.
A great relationship with my wife. Okay. To the point where we trust each other and we have open and honest conversations about everything. If there's ever anything that would pop up in my brain of like anything that I would want or whatever, I can always go to her and say, this is the thing I'm thinking about. And she would always have a great conversation with me. So imagine my surprise when my wife, who is of 13 years, is going through my, she has access to we have a shared credit card. She has all those things. She has access to all things. She goes, hey, it's none of my business. But did you spend $499 on so-and-so's OnlyFans page? And I said, no. Why? And she goes, because they sent you a receipt in the mail for $499. And I was like, I don't think so. And I was like, I'm looking, and my first thought was, this is a scam.
Yeah.
Because there's always like call, and they're going to try to get you to call and get the number. So I was like, it's probably just a scam. And we shredded it. And I have thought about it multiple times since. I was like, what a genius. Because you wouldn't think about, you get the text messages like confirming. Or we all get the emails where it's like Best Buy Geek Squad, but then you look at the email and it's like Best Buy Geek Squad 69777ZZ at whatever, gmail.com. And so I was like, what a weird thing. But thank you for putting all of my personal information into TikTok, an app that may or may not be banned by the federal government soon for people spying on us. That's what the worry is.
If you remember a classic Simpsons episode, Bart and Lisa were talking about how they wanted to spray their friends with water or whatever, and Bart described it as leaving us relatively dry. And Lisa's like, relatively? He's like, well, there's bound to be a bit of splashback. And so I gave them your information, but then they were like, we need an email and phone number for you. And I was like, well, do they need his or do they? And I'm like, you know what? In for a penny, in for a pound. I gave him Nick's address, but I gave him all my information on that side. So the digital footprint is me.
Great.
Showing up at your building, who cares? You know what I mean?
I mean, first off, hilarious.
Barrett, can you run it?
Touche.
Because I gave you the link. Yeah, this is what it shows up in this envelope that says, enjoy exclusive content and thanks them. And then there's a letter inside saying congratulations and then a receipt.
That is unbelievable.
And it was, look, it's $67 off. It was $4.99. I had to do it. It's a victimless crime.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Let's see if she answers.
Oh, I hope she answers.
Victimless crime.
She might be busy.
It was close to not being a victimless crime.
Hi, this is Danielle.
No.
man.
Let's get that up there.
Damn it.
Man. Man.
You have to show her the clip.
See, that
I'm
this
going to
was-
show her the clip.
This was my concern. Like you talking about the shredding thing, is I thought there was like a 90% chance of that happening, period. Of like even the bubble wrap in mailer it comes in or whatever. Like I'd imagine you guys look at it like, this is garbage. You know, the amount of junk mail we get. You know what I mean? Where I've torn up real things that were important because they're like, oh, this isn't anything real. I don't need to worry about this.
Well, you have to understand my wife has zero context for any of this stuff. She doesn't know how OnlyFans works. So from her perspective, she's probably like, yeah, of course they send you a paper receipt. For your stuff. And it was good. It was good. I'll say that.
I'm glad.
God. I did a prank recently to Gia that didn't end up working out great, but I need to tell you guys about it. Many years ago, when we first moved into my place, she got a bookshelf in the living room. And we've been adding to that bookshelf over the years, like pretty much anything she wants, and then anything cool I get, I put there, and she always judges me for it, like every single time. A lot of it, she then kind of like goes through a 180, where she'll just be like, why do they make cool coffee table books for all the stuff you like that are very aesthetic and pretty, and none of the stuff I like? I'm like, that's not my problem, okay? But it got to the point where it was so cluttered with shit, and it still looked nice, but there was just so much stuff that like I wasn't gonna move, and like I didn't really care. She cared way more about it all because I thought it looked good enough. I kept telling her, I was like, I could put the entire series of Animorphs on the bookshelf and you wouldn't notice.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
And she's just like, I would notice immediately.
Amazing.
And I'm like, I don't think you would. And I was like, I'm not going to ttell you when, obviously, but at some point in my life, I'm going to do it. So that was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Love it.
And the thing is, though, this was hard for me because she has access to our bank account and like the purchases and stuff.
Yeah.
And she's very on stuff of just like trying to keep track of
I'll buy
like,
this shit
like
for you.
totally all good, but just more like, she's responsible. So it's like, she's like, she has to like, like this is for fun stuff. This is for food. This is for whatever. Just keep track to make sure that we're good and stuff. So she's doing all that stuff. So if I'm buying something that I don't want her to know about, I got to get crafty. I like outcrafted myself in the dumbest way. I'm like, I'm just going to use this other card that she doesn't check. Stupid Tim. Stupid Tim. Because I bought it.
Fraud alerts.
No, it's just like, there was the one
it?
purchase on that fucking thing. So she's like, what the fuck is this? And I had to come up with some lie. And it came off very shady. Like, she was like, I'm not going to question this, but like, that's weird.
Sure,
I'm like,
whatever.
Cool. So then I had to wait even longer because I was like, well, I can't do this now.
Now the antenna's up. She's paying attention.
But then she ended up, we moved the bookshelf into her office now, which is, so the bookshelf's behind her like camera shot. So when she does like,
Oh my God.
calls at work, and I'm like, I'm going to fucking put the books, and she's going to notice it on a work call.
Incredible.
Put the fucking, the entire first run of the Animorphs books on the back of the thing. Dude, within 2 hours, she texts me, what is this? With a fucking picture. I'm like, God damn it. She called it. She knew. I couldn't believe it. I would have never thought she'd be able to catch it that
That's
fast,
like when
but she did.
Andy noticed I switched out the baseball card in his old case for a John Rocker card. He noticed like instantaneously. Damn it, we weren't even on air by the time you noticed it. You were so fucking
Needed that
on it.
payoff.
Yeah, I needed that payoff.
I like how much you think about me when we're not together.
You're one of my favorites. You know
I
that.
appreciate
You
it.
know that.
You're one of my favorites. Too.
You crack me up all the time. And like I said on your thing, but like, your comedy, you're great at your comedy, but that crowd work segment you put up on Instagram, you're taking your Instagram stuff to another level. And I've enjoyed looking at that and seeing all that.
Thank you. I'm having fun doing that
Yeah,
stuff. You know,
yeah,
fun
yeah.
pulling clips and enjoying that.
Yeah. It's one of those, I think really like, I didn't know it at the time, but like the OnlyFans thing and starting to gear up the pranks, I didn't realize I was hatching out of the egg. I didn't realize it was a new decade of Greg. And obviously
plural
Tim's
there.
getting a lot of it. Tim's getting a lot of it
Yeah.
with the whole
Yes.
Stars in the Bank thing. And it's just starting. I have
know,
so
it's
many good
just
things
starting.
planned. You know
I
what I
know.
mean?
Oh, God.
Oh, you're going to have to help me. This is
Watch your
this is the
mailboxes,
fun part about
everyone.
it, where it's like I've really been able to open up to the rest of the office to get them in. Like they need to help me with the bits for Tim. And I mean, a shout out to Roger.
Of course.
And Blessing for that matter, right? Because when I came out and interrupted you in Paris on Games Daily, I said nothing to anybody, but I grabbed the case and ran out the door, and then Blessing goes, did he just run out the case? And Roger's like, oh fuck, and got him with his camera and immediately ran here to start filming, not knowing what the fuck was going to happen. So everybody's on notice. We're having a
Everyone's
great
ready.
time. We're making great content. I do need a key to your house.
I'm sure you do.
I mean, it's just part of the rules. You know
Part of
what I
the
mean? If I
rules.
can break in at any time.
I'm sure Kevin can help you with that somehow.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if Kevin was going to be helping Barrett run game of the year.
Yeah.
And just be a second hand or second set of hands, just kind of like pushing buttons or whatever Barrett might need. And so I was going to try to pull something off without Barrett noticing. But it ended up just being impossible because it's Barrett's thing. But we were going
Always
to,
watching.
I was going to try to get for number 5 or whatever, for it to be its own standalone something with Greg season 1 champ or whatever, or like or fantasy, but then you ended up losing fantasy. You lost a fantasy draft to Tim. So like we were gonna have like the fantasy draft and have everybody be like, what the fuck is this? And have it be up on the wall, the season 1 or season 2, whatever.
Yeah.
But Tim ended up coming back. Marvel Rivals really fucked you on
Fucking
that
Marvel.
one.
And honestly, it was GameSpot.
Goddamn game.
You know what I mean? Tamora's had an axe to grind for a long time, and he swung that axe.
Good
this time.
reason.
What?
The basic
It's
Twix
good.
hit, dude.
It's good, man.
They just
Twix
hit,
got
bro.
it. Twix, we thank you. It's all in the mix.
Trust backwards.
Those were the seeds, man. And let me tell you, the Deku tree has grown.
Oh man.
I'll say this, and I think that Tim would agree. We're not edgy enough on this
Yes.
channel.
I know. I agree with this too.
And I like that you and I are sitting close to each other. And in order for me to talk to you, I have to turn away from Tim. Because I can feel him shaking his fucking head. I can feel him doing it.
God.
I just feel like,
But this is like storytelling. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we can go hard this year.
Oh, we're going so hard on the
We're
yard
gonna go
right
so
now.
fucking hard in the
You
yard.
know what I mean? It's bad.
Yes.
Do you remember the other one that I did too?
Which other one?
The other one that's coming down the line? You'll remember.
I mean, I remember the one
Because
that.
again, I get to include everyone now because
Yeah.
it's just against him. It's
Yes.
a fun
But wait,
bondage.
why is it against me though?
I have stars in the bars.
I understand that
Yeah.
part of it, but like,
Yeah.
I didn't have the stars.
But we knew you would.
Okay,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
Come on, Tim, you're the best of us.
Exactly.
I am our biggest disappointment of this, like the 10 years we've been running this, was that we never pulled the AMC prank on Joey.
No, it's gonna be on Andy
I thought it was, oh, that's right. it
because
was
Andy
gonna be
can't.
on
Andy was like the most uncomfortable
like
and
to deal
uncomfortable
with people, yeah.
situation. So yeah, back before COVID, when you could order food to seats, I just wanted to send him a stream of food all movie long.
Just 2 hours long, and it's
Some
just
usher just keeps coming
hot
in every
dog.
15 minutes.
second hot
I
dog.
don't know. Is
Third
this
hot dog. Nachos. Big
You're just-
popcorn.
And I'm just trying to watch
I
Venom
don't
2,
think
man.
this is mine.
But you have to do. We'd have to do it in a packed
Yeah.
theater.
Oh yeah. It's got to be
So that there's nowhere for him to store the things, and then he has to have the awkward conversation.
has
Like,
to
do
eat
you
it.
want some of these? He has to offer it to a
I
random
don't think-
fucking person.
And I don't think this is mine.
It would have been great. But now again, we don't have to worry about Andy. We just worry about Tim.
Yeah.
I get it.
Ladies, gentlemen, NBs. That was a Mexican death whistle.
That sound is Kevin in a nutshell. I just want everyone to know there is not a sound that's more perfect to just encompass Kevin Coelho than the Mexican death whistle.
If you haven't watched Gamescast, go watch Gamescast.
Yeah. Please watch the Gamescast of me predicting the Switch year.
First year.
Yeah, but before the episode even goes live, me and Bless are sitting here. It's like, the 10-second countdown essentially. And Kevin makes that sound, but it's like a baby version of the sound. And me and Bless crack up because we think that Kevin's like doing something with a drink and a straw, and the
Yeah.
straw kind of like, you know what I mean?
okay.
And it was like, oh, of course, Kevin's making the most ridiculous like mouth sound because Kevin's mouth not as talented as Greg's,
No.
right? So we hear the sound, and
lips.
then he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's a Mexican death whistle." So then me and us are like,
But what does that
What the
mean?
fuck do you mean by that? But we're like,
Why?
let's get the show going. Then the show starts. Greg comes out with the freaking stars in the bars, whatever the hell, music's hitting, all this stuff. Less than 20 seconds after Greg leaves, we're getting into it. Me and Bless starting this topic, and then it just. And then Kevin, I'm so
On
sorry.
February 27th.
I'm sorry. I didn't know my mic was on.
Why are you doing it at all?
I know. Like,
why are you doing it at all?
My mic was on. Like he's in a room right there.
Yeah.
like as if
You're producing a show.
me and Bless aren't gonna hear the.
What's amazing to me though is Andy, you'll appreciate this.
Holy
Actually, Greg, you'll appreciate this the most. When I've watched that clip, it sounded like Tim sounds when he's so fed
Yeah.
up with you and I that he fucking screams.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh,
And that
that's
was my
funny. We
thing
got
on the
that. It's like a
outside.
soundboard.
I heard it and I thought it was like the jib. I thought the jib like something went wrong when it was moving, and then there was just a cacophony of laughter. I was like, okay, I think everything's okay.
So fucking funny.
Oh my god.
Ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, that's another episode of the Kind of Funny podcast in the bank. If you had fun, tell your friends about us. Like, subscribe, share, ring the bell, all that jazz. But most importantly, pick up a Kind of Funny membership. $10 keeps the lights and mics on and gets you all of our content ad-free. The ability to watch the afternoon podcast like this one and like Alien in Review this Thursday. Very excited. And of course, you get a daily dose of me called Greg Way. You can get it over on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, patreon.com/kindoffunny, Apple and Spotify. No matter where or how you support us, thank you for 10 amazing years. I am happy to have hatched and be out there right now, just crawling on the walls and having a
off.
great time.
Can't wait. I can't wait for it.
I'm holding your skin in a cave.
How's Gia feeling about
What's
it?
it
You
smell
know
like,
what I
the
mean?
skin?
Honestly, I don't think she understands or knows. You
No, she
tried to
knows.
tell her at some point.
Oh, I texted her. Yeah,
fuck.
I texted her. I let her know.
How do we get someplace where you just move in with Tim?
I mean, again, I think that's part of Stars in the Bank.
Yeah.
Okay. That's got to be like, it's just,
It doesn't have to be.
I mean, that was the, hey, I didn't make the rules, all right? Blessing said you can cash it in any time, right
Anytime.
there. Boom. What do you want me to do about
So
it?
it's Stars in the Bank. At one point, you called it Stars in the Bars. At another point, you called it Shubby and the Grubby.
I, for some reason, have a hard time remembering Stars in the Bank. Okay. And so, yes, it
Stars in the bars.
well, and that's how it devolved on the stream. And then a week later, someone on Reddit is like, is he referencing the Confederate flag? And I was like, whoa, no, I am not. No, I am not. Because that's Stars and Bars. And I'm like, nope, that's not what I was trying to say. I'm just an idiot. And I was devolving it over here. So I've tried to get back 2 stars in the bank, but I really can't remember it for some reason. So yeah, chubbies and the mubbies and whatever the fuck it's gonna be. But this is a great outro because you do that, right? You just alliterate. Sometimes you run into something you didn't mean to. Right now in preschool, right? Ben's big on the first word and then iterating on the second one, right? And so like I was saying, chubby and the wubby or whatever. That's not an example, right? But I don't remember any of the examples except when he went juicy pussy. Our 3-year-old like juicy pussy, and we were like, not that one, Ben. You can't do that one. You can't do that one, buddy. Can't do that one.
Learning early.
Yeah, learning early.
There you go.
Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.
Jesus Christ.